Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the announcement of the giveaway for the Digimon Pendulum Z Deep Savers. Congratulations to all of those who are eligible. You should have received an email this past Sunday letting you know what your score was and whether or not you would be eligible to actually win the coveted prize, which I have right over here, by the way. There it is. Say hello, everyone. There's Marine Chimeramon looking pretty up there. And yeah, one of you watching this, well, I'm assuming you're watching if you're interested in winning it, is going to walk away with this lovely device. So we're going to put you to the side for right now. Actually, this side, the side that the cat doesn't go on, because we don't want the cat knocking into that now, do we? So, here's how this is going to go down. We are going to first go through the quiz together. Make sure we review it, make sure no one's like, well, why didn't I get this right? What's wrong with this answer? Etc., etc. Make sure everyone's on the same page. Make sure we all understand everything there is to know about Digimon. And once that is done, well, let me show you what we have here. We have a lovely, let me just bump that up slightly, wheel. Look at that. Look at all of those beautiful entries on there. We have, I think it was 239, 36. Let me just double check that number real quick, because, yeah, 236 people scored higher than the average score on this. That means we had 68% of all entries pass, and I'm honestly pleasantly surprised and very proud of everyone who managed to do it. I was just thinking that the test might be too hard and that I should probably scale it back a little bit. That's why I came up with the idea of doing above the average in the first place. Originally, I was just going to do higher than 90% and call it good, but I'm like, no, that's too tough. But no, you guys went ahead and made the average 89% by yourselves. So I didn't even have to set it that high. You already did it. So freaking good job, everybody. You absolutely tore it up. So we're going to now get into the meat of this. We're going to go through these questions here. I've got them all up here. And if you want to spam chat with what the answers are, go for it. We're going to go into... Oh, yeah, this is a hypnosis wheel. Good. We're going to go into this in order of how many people got the question wrong, starting with the least number wrong to the most wrong. So the first one's going to be the one that most people got right. And let's go ahead and just plop over to that. So we got Digitama Hatchery up in the corner. Ginjirochi, we're going to have to say goodbye to you for now. Thank you for doing a great job finding the stream. Everyone say goodbye to the Spinning Ginjirochi, brought to you by Dr. Froggator. And there it goes. So we have right up here the questions, again, in order from most answered correctly to least answered correctly. So the first one here, 97.41 people got this exactly right. So very good. What type of battery does a modern VPET need? Anyone know the answer? Just start spamming it in chat, but I'll show you where exactly it tells you. You go to the user manual of any page, and you'll find a battery section right here, and it tells you right away your device uses a CR2032 battery. So good job on most of you getting that right. Very happy to see people know how to get their batteries back into their devices. So awesome to see that. So next one, 96.54 got, what is the password to get Stingmon as a Copymon on the Digimon Pendulum 20th? So as long as you know how to navigate the menu, you should know right where to go from here. So we go to the menu, like, okay, device, Digimon Pendulum 20th. And what do we see right away? We see password Copymon. And we go into that, and we can see, here's Stingmon right here. So what's the code? It is, of course, 503367. I am surprised that a few of you got that wrong in ways that you did. One of you left a pretty funny joke, not gonna lie. I laughed. It made me laugh. But most of you, of course, got that right. So there you go. Excellent work. Next question at 96.25% is, which of the following Digimon is not able to evolve further? So there was a list of Digimon here, and that list consisted of mostly Digimon that could evolve, of course, but let's just, we're not going to go too crazy on this, but if you wanted to see who can and can't Digivolve, then all you got to do is first be on the right tab. I'm doing this from two windows, so I've got to figure out if my mouse is the real mouse or the OBS mouse. I have two different mouses. So you go to Digital Monster version 20th, and you can see right away the perfect levels of which this was question was asking about, that have lines coming out of the back of them, obviously can evolve, and Vetamon is one that can't, and Vetamon was the answer to this question. So there you go. All right. Up next, we had on the evolution guides to the Pen 20 and Pen Z. So we'll go to one of those right away. We'll head to the Pendulum Z Guide. What is the attribute of Digimon that have a yellow border? And there's two places you can find this. Now, obviously, we can see there's a yellow border right now, but I'll tell you right now, if you go to the Legend, and you head down to the Jogger section here, it tells you a lot about Joggersing, and it tells you a handy hint. It says, in addition, types are displayed on this page as red, orange, yellow for vaccine, greens for data, violets for virus, and blues for free. That is consistent across any device that requires you to know what attribute a Digimon is for evolution purposes. So, like on the Vital Bracelet, the Pendulum Z, and the Pendulum 20th, that's all important to know for Joggersing. And of course, if I click on Tailmon right here, we can see, bam, vaccine. Any yellow Digimon we click on is going to be vaccine. There you have it. And next one, on the Digital Monster version 20th, which tag battle round has you fight against Metal Tyrannomon and Megadramon. So if you go to your menu, Digital Monster version 20th, we can see right here, Coliseum Battles. We head to that and we can see there's a header for single and a header for tag. We're going to go to tag, and we're going to just do a quick Control F here for, that's a D, there we go, for Megadramon. And Megadramon and Metal Tyrannomon right there, and that is, of course, round 54. Anyone with 89 and up are on that wheel. That is correct. If you had an 89 or above, which you didn't have an 89, the lowest score you could have had being eligible would be a 91, just because they were all worth points of 3, so only goes up in increments of 3. Alright, so Megadramon and Metal Tyrannomon was the right answer there. How do you unlock the Vorvo Digitama on the Silver-Black Digimon Pendulum according to the evolution page? So, we'll head right there to the Pen 20, the evolution. And a handy thing to know is we had this little picker up here that lets us jump straight to an egg, and we could assume that VOR probably meant Vorvo. It's just shortened form, but even if we didn't, we can just search for the word Vorvo, but I know that, and I'm telling you that now, so click on that, bam, Vorvo, unlocked by beating all 100 tag battles. And that is it. Alright, Zudomon, what time does it go to sleep? So if you want to know the time that any Digimon goes to sleep, it's very easy. In fact, Zudomon's on this page, so you just click on that Digimon's little icon right here. We got a whole bunch of information about them, and at the bottom, there's a lot of miscellaneous information. So top of the card, picture, followed by name, followed by stage and attribute, evolutions, and then any other details go right down here. So sleep time is 2300. There we go. The next one, Digital Monster X version 3, aka versions XE and XF. What prize do you win for clearing Area 38 in quest mode? So from the menu, we can see version 3 quest mode right here. We're going to click on that. We're going to scroll down to version 38 and not version, but the Area 38, and the second to the last column is what prize you get. Now, if you're not sure what that is, you could mouse over it, and it will, oh, you can actually see the mouse over, but on my screen it's showing 7 switch right here. But if for whatever reason you couldn't mouse over it, or if you're on mobile, details on the items are also found in the food and item section of the manual. So it tells you the name, icon, and effect of each item. So there you go. You get the 7 switch for clearing Area 38. So, select all versions of the Digital Monster X on which Dukemon X appears as shown on the versions and exclusives page. So, Digital Monster X, versions and exclusives. Now to do this, you'll have to know what Dukemon looks like. So if you need to know, you can always go to the list first, find out what Dukemon looks like, if you didn't already. But I know what he looks like, and if I scroll down, I'll be able to tell what it looks like just by looking at it. And there it goes. So right there we see Dukemon X. We can click on it to be sure. There he is, otherwise known as Gallantmon X, depending on what region you're in. And we can see it shows up on versions XA, XB, and XE. The first few sections of the versions exclusives are always the Digimon that are only on those versions, but different combinations of different versions are all found below that. So there we go. So that's XA, XB, and XE. Next, on the Digital Monster version 20th, which Virus Stage 5 Digimon has the highest power stat? So the hint told you to go check out the list, because on the list you can sort by power right here. There we go. And if we scroll down a bit, here's the 5s, and we see the strongest 5 is Doramon. Now, Doramon wasn't one of the options. The first option, I believe, was Groundramon. Other options were Metal Greymon and a few others down here, all with lower powers. But no, the highest one out of the list was, in fact, Groundramon. So, again, sorting up here is handy. You can even sort twice if you wanted to. So I've already sorted by power. Hold down Shift and click on this one, and it will sort by stage as well. So you can do 2 sorts at once. There you go. And up next, we have, according to the complete Digimon list for the Digital Monster X series. So we'll head right over there. How many Digimon are not raisable? This is a simple counting question. And it told you how to know if something wasn't raisable, and that it would not have one of these handy dandy little IDs over here. So if we scroll down, actually gave you a few things to go off of, but as you can see, IDs are missing here. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 is how many we have there. So if you were able to count, you probably got this wrong, or if you didn't realize which ones they shouldn't be, or if you weren't able to count, you probably got this wrong. But if you can count, and if you found this section, then bam, you got this one right. 11 Digimon. Oh yeah, doing this on mobile would probably not be great. Oh man, this is a long one. Okay, so all the Digimon in Pendulum Z have cut-ins. So we'll head to Pendulum Z. You can see those on the complete Digimon list page as it describes, and it wants to know which stage 5 Digimon don't have cut-ins. And I already told you one, that Tonosamamon, or Tonosama Gekomon doesn't. But there is another. So basically we just want to scroll down until we see some lacks of cut-ins. So there we go, there's Tonosama Gekomon and its lack. And then we see right there, who else is lacking one? It is Delamon. Poor little guy. Yeah, I don't know why friggin' neither Tonosama nor Delamon got a cut-in. It's very sad. Like, every other 5 and above got them. A lot of other adults and childs didn't get them. Like, I don't think Gomamon got one, for example. Where is Gomamon? Or does Gomamon even appear on this? Yeah, he does. So, no, yeah, he's right there. But no cut-in for him. How sad. Alright, Pendulum Z. Which stage 6 plus appears on Nature Spirit's Mount Deep Saver Z? Easiest place to see that would be on the Evolution Guide. So we're already in Nature Spirit Z. Scroll all the way to the right here and to the areas where it's 6 pluses. Because we click here, we see there's just stage 6. We click here, here's stage 6 plus. So on this one, we have these 5 guys right here. And if we go down to Deep Savers, we have these 5 guys. So Susanamon, Omegamon, and Agumon Kizuna, we see they're all there. Apocalypmon, we see him in both, but our Megamon appears on the Deep Savers Z, but Funglongmon does not. So the answer is, of course, Funglongmon. Alright. So now, next question. Which Digimon is the only one in the Pendulum 20th series to appear on 3 different versions, but not 4? So again, like I just showed you, first section shows you each individual version, and below that shows you the combinations right down here. So if I look here, see these are 2 versions each, 2, here's 3, and this would be all 4. So which one's only on 3? That would be Megadramon. Next question. On all modern devices, if your Digimon is tired or sleeping and you choose the on option from the lights menu, what happens? Let's go to the user manual. We're already in the Pen 20 section. We'll head to that. We have the light bulb icon. That's what we're talking about. Lights menu, light bulb, sleep. Here we go. So we can see here if your Digimon is tired or if your Digimon is sleeping, hitting on will wake it up. And waking a tired or sleeping Digimon will not result in a care mistake. So in other words, the Digimon wakes up and nothing else happens. Waking up a Digimon is not a care mistake unless you're playing the original Digimon Pendulum, because it was a care mistake there. But here, no. No modern device gives you care mistakes for waking up a sleeping Digimon. Alright, so English colors of the Digital Monster version 20th, on which Pukamon, or Bukamon, can be raised as shown on the Versions and Exclusives page. So, version 20th. Versions and Exclusives. If you know what Pukamon looks like already, then this should be pretty easy. Hey, there he is. That's the guy right there. And he appears on both version C and D. So, that means we now need to know what colors those are, right? Because the question isn't which versions, it's which colors. So C and D. Here's C. So we have translate. Oh, this is out of date now too. Look at that. But either way, this was done before we knew about that. So translucent green, blue, and purple. Translucent purple, yellow, and neon red. Those would be all of the options right there. For whatever reason, they decided to use Pukamon for both Coronamon and Lunamon. Lunamon makes a little bit of sense. Coronamon, I mean, whatever. Digimon does not have to make sense. So that's great. I mistook him for Pukumon for like 10 minutes. That's the fun thing about the Japanese names that they use for Digimon is that so many of them are very similar to each other. Gazimon and Gizamon always threw me off as a kid. I can never remember which one was which. All right, what? Oh, wait. Was that the... Yeah, okay, so that was 90.78% answered correctly. We are now crossing the threshold in that less than 90% of entrants got this question right. So this is where it gets tough. So we have, what benefit does a traded egg grant on both the Digital Monster X and Digimon Pendulum Z? So if you ever want to know about a mechanic, you always want to head to the manual first. Digital Monster X, head to the manual. And we'll just do a search for traded egg. And look, it pops up right there as a section header. We click on that. And if you manage to keep your Digimon alive 40 hours, you get a traded egg, blah, 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 blah. This will grant the Digimon a minimum level of 3 for all of its evolutions, excluding stage 1. There we go. All right, this one was a fun one. So heads up on this. I intended this question a very specific way, but people gave me good reasons to accept more than one answer for this one, so we'll go over that. So I'm just going to say the situation here. So you've been at your desk for some time. You hear your DM20, it starts beeping, and you immediately check your Digimon and see that it's accumulated 4 poops. There's now a skull next to your Digimon, and in addition, strength meter is empty, while the hunger meter has 1 heart left. This is the only time it has beeped since you last took care of it. How many care mistakes does this result in? Now, here's the thing. When I said this, I meant how many does this result in at that exact moment in time? Like, once you picked it up and looked at it, how many care mistakes were on that device? But some people said that they mistook it as being that if they didn't do anything, how many care mistakes would they get? And I'm like, you know what? That's fair. I understand that that wasn't phrased the best, so I'm going to allow that. So if we were going by my original intention here, and that it's how many care mistakes does it have the moment that you pick it up, it's 0. You do not get care mistakes for having poops. You do not get care mistakes for being sick. You do not get care mistakes for simply having an empty meter. You only get care mistakes once the call light goes out. And if you immediately pick it up after it's beeping, then you know the call light doesn't go out because it takes 10 minutes to go out. There are multiple places on the website that talk about that very thing. For example, in the, I don't know why I clicked on stats because it's not stats, but if you go to the call section, it teaches you a lot about that there. Or if you are on any of the evolution guides and you smack the FAQ, great detail on care mistakes right there. That is one of the most confusing things to people up front, so I'm very glad to see that most people managed to get this right, even if I did allow 2 answers on this. So most correct answer is 0, but if you're thinking that it wasn't how many you got right then and how many you would get, then yes, 1 would be accurate. But 2 and 3, that's right out. Absolutely not. And yes, that one was intended to be tricky, but it's not the one that tripped up the most people. And I would say it should have tripped up you all on more than some of these other ones that you will see. The most missed question is just absolutely hilarious to me. It's a good one. It almost feels like I was tricking people. All right, you're raising Metal Greymon X Virus on the Digital Monster X, so we'll go ahead and head straight over to the Digital Monster X. Oh, I'm there. Oh no, I need to be on the X2 though. Boop. All right, raising Metal Greymon X Virus on the Digital Monster X. You have consistently kept the food and strength meters at 1 or more hearts. So what does that mean? It means you didn't get any care mistakes for food or strength. Couldn't have if it never drained it all the way. You forgot to put it to bed 1 time. How many care mistakes is that? That is 1. And it's at its maximum experience level. And the most recent area you've cleared in quest mode is 32. It will evolve in 1 second. What will evolve into? So you could look at this 2 ways. So you could come up here and choose to... The pop-up's not appearing on stream, but if I was to change this to area 32, that'll change the guide to reflect that. And I can come over and see... All right, so here's Metal Greymon Virus X. And I see that I didn't get any care mistakes. So care mistakes 0 to 1. All right, so that fits. Maximum level 8. All right, so there we go. Ultimate Brackamon. I can double check that right in here by clicking on them. And the requirements for Ultimate Brackamon are that I must have cleared Area 29, which I did. I cleared Area 29 and not 35. That's the correct one to go with here. Is that since we meet this condition, that is what we're going with as well. You could go with this, but you could also go with this. So 0 to 2 care mistakes, that's right for both. Maximum level is 8, as described in the manual. So Ultimate Brackamon is the answer there, even though I keep calling this guy Ultimate Brackamon. I'm not used to having an O at the end of the name there. Alright, which of the following affects your Digimon's power in battle? What is Digimon power, you may be asking? Well, we'll go to the user manual once again, and you might already try typing in power. It's not going to show up because it's in a submenu. And if you weren't sure which submenu, smack expand all topics, then do a control F, then type in power. All right, so there's strength. Strength says your Digimon looks to be maximum strength, blah, blah, refill the hearts. And when the strength meter is full, your Digimon's power increases by 15. Okay, so we know that strength is a factor. Now, it gave you a few options. One option that it gave you, though, that doesn't do anything to do with power, as you can see, there's nothing highlighted here, is effort. I'm sorry. That's the opposite of what I was saying. It's asking which one does affect. So effort was an option. Effort doesn't affect it. It's asking what does affect it. Strength is the right answer. So there you go. So effort was one of the ones thrown on there to throw you off, because a lot of people think if you fill up your effort hearts that you're going to get bonus strength from that, and you don't. Effort does basically nothing. It is just there to track how many trainings you've done and nothing more. So strength is what increases your Digimon's power. I would have gotten that wrong if I read it wrong originally, just so you know. All right, if your daily quest mode Zyroll on the Digital Monster X is a 3, which of these statements is true? So let's go look at that real quick. In fact, we're already in the manual. So we need to know about our quest mode Zyroll. So we can start typing in Zy, for example, and see what pops up. So, all right, reroll the Zy, 7 switch, training, and then there we go right here. It says quest mode and Zy in the same sentence. So probably need to look at that one. The first time you go into quest mode each day, you will roll the Zy. The roll of the Zy will affect how much experience you gain from the Digimon that day and how difficult the fights will be. Rolling 1, 2, or 3. Hey, look, there's 3. Will make the battles more difficult, but will give you more experience points. That is the answer. Battles will be more difficult and yield more experience. Your Triceramon on the Digimon Pendulum version 20th has 2 strength hearts filled. What is its current power? So there's 2 things we need to do to figure out that answer. Again, if you don't know what power is, we can go to the manual first and look that up. So user manual, and we'll expand all topics, and we'll do a search for power. All right, so we see that attribute will effectively grant a bonus, but not actually grant a bonus. And we see here how strong your Digimon is. That's what power is. If your power is higher than your enemy's power and your attack's more likely to hit, blah, blah, blah. All Digimon have a base power. The number is the same for all Digimon that species. So we know Triceramons will all have the same power as each other. For example, Kakamon, blah, 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 blah. Each strength heart adds 4 points to power, meaning you can add a total of 16 power. So we have a Triceramon. We have 2 strength hearts. Each strength heart is 4. We need to find out Triceramon's base power, add 8 to it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go up to, I don't know, I'm scrolling up. I just need to get rid of the control F. We're going to go to we can go to the list. We can go to the evolution guide. I know where it is on here, so I'm just going to go here. Triceramon. Your power is 130. 130 plus 2 strength hearts at 4 apiece is 138 was the correct answer there. Which of the following raisable Digimon would be the most effective choice for clearing round 97 of the single battle Coliseum on the Digimon Pendulum version 20th? So, step 1. Let's find out what that Coliseum battle entails. Single battles, all the way down to number 97, we are fighting Examon, who is a data attribute. Now, there was a hint dropped in this question to make sure you would check your attributes, and if we go to the manual, which is right here, and we were head to the stats, and we were going to go to attribute, we would see vaccine is strong against virus, virus strong against data, data is strong against vaccine. So, Examon's data, we want a virus. Of the 4 options that were given, I chose ones that were the same power level as Examon, so you didn't have to worry about power level. So we're going to go into the list here. I'll show you. So sort by power. So Examon has a power of 232. Every Digimon on that list had a power of 232, but there's only one virus that I included. I didn't include Beelzebubon Blast Mode or Ogudamon. I included Ragnalordmon. That being the only virus on the list would be the one that would have the best advantage. There's a question in chat, 4 per heart, but 15 for hearts full earlier. So here's the thing, is that it's different depending on which device you're in. So that one was specifically for the Pen 20, but you are right. If I was to go back in the manual for the Digimon X, and I would like to show this, and I head back into stats. When the strength is meters full, your Digimon's power increases by 15. That is correct for the Digital Monster X. It will increase to up to 15 unless you're using an original version XA or XB, where it increases by 16, which was a problem on the original devices that caused an overflow. So that was fun. But if we go back to the Pendulum 20th user manual, which is, again, where this question was being asked, and we hit the stats, it'll show here that the strength is 4. Well, actually, it doesn't say it in the strength section at all, but down here it says 4 per heart. So it's 4 per heart on the DM20 and Pen20, but it's 15 for max strength on the Pen-Z and DMX. You don't even get one more strength bonus if you only have 1 effort heart on the Pen-Z or DMX. You have to have all 4 filled to get a bonus. All right. So then, next question. Which of the following will not cause a Digimon to die on its own? I believe the options I put here were getting care mistakes, being injured too many times, being injured for too long. But the other one I put on there was old age. Reaching a specific age will not kill your Digimon. There is always a reason why it died, a specific reason. Even if you don't remember getting that many care mistakes, you got that many care mistakes. Once your Digimon is old enough, it will start racking up care mistakes more easily because hearts will drop faster. And if you already had 5 by the time you reached that, then it will die. But reaching the old age of its own does not make your Digimon die. Alright, next question. On all versions of the Digimon Pendulum Z, this was another one I had to give 2 answers for, because this was trip some people up. Now, I'm going to head over here. I'm going to explain how this question was supposed to work. So, which on all versions of the Pendulum Z, that is the key thing that I should have said differently. Because when I said all versions of Pendulum Z, I meant all 6 versions. But some people took this as meaning all versions of the Z1 and not the Z2. So that's what I should have said. I should have said on all versions of the Z1 and Z2, which level of the Colosseum contains 3 Digimon that all have the same name, excluding what follows the name in parentheses. So if I scroll down, the 2 areas that worked for people were these 2, because both of these meet that requirement. They both only have Algomon in them, and the only difference between them is the name in the parentheses. So Algomon, 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 Algomon. Now that's not the case on the Pen Z2, which is why I thought this was okay, but again, I didn't say Pen Z2, and I get it. I'm not going to dock points for that one, because I didn't specifically say that. I should have, but I didn't. But in this case, 41 is the only one between 40 and 42 that has Aosmon for all the names. Now, some people were like, but hold on. This is where the question that was exactly written is important. Is that, well, this one says Shine Greymon, War Greymon, and Ancient Greymon, but those aren't the same name. Notice it only says excluding what follows the name in parentheses. So War Greymon, Shine Greymon, and whatever the other Greymon was, they don't have the same names, only excluding parentheses. You'd have to exclude their actual part of their name too. So that's what does it right there. But either way, both 40 and 41 were deemed to be correct because I was not clear enough in the question. So as long as you picked one of those 2, then you're good. All right, so next one. Okay, so we've dropped below the 80% threshold. Only 79.25% of people got this one correct. On to Digimon Pendulum Z, which of the following occurs when a Digimon is used for a Jogress? So again, any question you have about a mechanic, head to the manual. We're going to search for Jogress. Doesn't pop up. Expand all the topics. Okay, there we go. So there's Jogress. Jogress' album. So it says here you can use the backed up Digimon to Jogress when you're raising. That doesn't tell us anything. Connect, and here we go. So blah, 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 blah. You can choose Jogress between 2 devices, or you can Jogress to the Digimon in your backup slot. Keywords all over the place right there. It's based on the attribute. When Jogressing between 2 devices, both Digimon will evolve and be treated as the one being raised. But when Jogressing on the same device, the Digimon in the backup slot will disappear because it's just been absorbed by another Digimon. The backup Digimon is consumed, making it no longer available, in other words. So there you go. That's the answer to that one. Alright, on the Digital Monster version 20th, how many hours should it take Garurumon to evolve into Metal Mamemon, not including time spent sleeping? I am surprised at the number of people that got this wrong. So, this was one I was expecting to be much easier, but apparently its evolution times are confusing, even with the chart. So, if we head to the version 20th page, we can see this in 2 spots. You know it's in the manual. I'm telling you it's in the manual. We're going to do it from here first, on the evolution guide. Hit the FAQ. How long will it take my Digimon to evolve? How long should it take Garurumon to evolve into Metal Mamemon? So we see the current stages are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We need to find out what stage Garurumon is, because we're looking at the current stage for what it needs to evolve into. We are currently Garurumon. How long will it take to evolve into Metal Mamemon? So Garurumon, stage 4. Current stage, 4. 36 hours is the correct answer there. And we can also see that again in the manual. if we see, let's see, I think that's, yeah, right under the evolution header. Bam, it's even bigger here. So, current stage, not applicable 1, 2, 3, 4. If you weren't even sure if Garurumon was a stage 4, you could see it's an adult or a champion, and you would see 36 hours. So, there you go. Oh yeah, some people might be too used to sleep time, so either way I said, not including time spent sleeping, so it was in the question. On the Pen Z, Deep Savers, you have... Okay, so this is a journey right here. So we're going to go ahead and preempt this by heading over to the Pen Z page. We're going to head to the evolution guide. And it's telling you what you've done for every single stage of your evolution. So we're going to start off as a baby, right? So, evolving to Upamon, what are the requirements? There aren't none, so you already did. So which Digimon will we get? If we made 0 care mistakes, got 4 effort hearts, and maximum stage for every evolutionary stage. And isn't there more to this question? Hold on, I think I might have... Yeah, there's more to this question. I think I didn't reduce the size of the question when I did this. Hold on, let me actually read the rest of it. It won't be on the screen, but I can at least read it. So that was you. Okay. You have made sure to get 0 Karma 6, 4 effort hearts, maximum level for every evolutionary stage. You have never connected to another device for battles or Jagras, and your Digimon has just evolved from stage 5 to stage 6. Which Digimon do you have? So that not connecting thing is vital, because we see right up here at the top that we unlock our Marimon, Agumon, and Ognimon by connecting. So since we didn't connect, we know that Upamon cannot evolve into Agumon, Ognimon, or a Marimon. It can only be one of these 3. So if it has 0 care mistakes, alright, there's 0 care mistakes. Both Sangamon and Swimmon work for that. Gizamon does not. 4 effort. Library slot 7 not unlocked. We qualify for that because we've not made any connections. 4 effort. We know we're getting Swimmon. Alright, Swimmon, you have 0 care mistakes, and you have 4 effort. Tobiumon, you have 0 care mistakes, and you have maximum level. There we go. Marine Chimeramon, you have 0 care mistakes, maximum level. The correct answer is the greatest of the Deep Savers Stage 6's, Regalicusmon. I love this guy so much. I made it a point to use Digimon that I liked on this quiz. Could you tell? Alright. Okay, so then let's go ahead and head to the next one there. On the Digimon Monster X, how much total HP? Actually, we're reaching the end here. Oh my gosh, is this the, I think this is the second most one that got answered wrong. Let me just double check my whole list. Yeah, this is it. This is the second most. We're almost done with the whole thing here. So this one was a fun math question. People seem to really like the math questions, which is to say that those are the ones that really tripped up a lot of people. So Marimon X, how much HP would it have if it was at level 5? So the first thing you need to know is how much HP does Marimon X get normally? So we're going to head to Marimon X, who you can go to the list. I'm going to just do it from the evolution guide because I know where he is. There's Marimon X. So Marimon X, I don't see any HP on here, but like I told you earlier, you scroll down. Boom. There's all the extra details. Marimon X has 12 HP by default. And there we go. So it's at level 5 though. What does that mean? So we got to look and see what experience levels do. So if you aren't sure, what do you do to look up any mechanic? User manual. Head down to leveling up right there. And we can see, okay, so here's a table that shows us every experience level and what it increases. So we're at level 5. HP plus 2. Does that mean the answer is 14? Hold the phone, guys. Hold on. All bonuses are cumulative. This is what really got a lot of people. So a level 10 Digimon would have all bonuses seen, resulting in HP plus 10, power plus 30, and attack plus 2. So if it's all cumulative, we're at level 5. So that means Marimon has 2 plus HP, 1 plus attack, 10 plus power, 2 plus HP. 2 and 2 is 4. 12 and 4, 16. A lot of people put 14 for this one, but that is not the right answer. So, the most missed question on this entire test. Here it is. Drives me wild. What attribute is Granku Agumon on the Digimon Pendulum Z Nightmare Soldiers? And I even gave you the abbreviation there just to be safe. And this one was a ton of fun to see how many people got wrong, because I was not expecting that. I didn't expect this to be the one that tripped people up. I even made sure Vince helped me ahead of time. I had a few helpers ahead of time to make sure my questions made sense for the most part. They even told me, it's like, oh, I didn't even see that was a thing. So I added an extra thing onto the guide before I put this live to make sure it'd be more clear what Grand Kouagumon was on that specific version. Oh my gosh, Normal Fox Lee, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it. So in the reference book, Grand Kouagumon is a free type. In its original appearance in the Digital Monster card game, it is a virus. And most of the time since then, it's been free, but free and virus are kind of the main two you associate with it, right? But let's go ahead and look at the guide. Let's see what it says. So we'll do this one from the list for Digimon Pendulum Z. So I want you to see something on here. So if I was to look directly from the list, now I have right here, here's the attribute. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to see blah, 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 blah. Where's Grand Kouagumon? Somewhere. Where the crap is Grand Kouagumon? There he is. All right. Look, it's free. The answer is free, right? There's an asterisk there, folks. I want you to get into your head. Asterisks, they mean something. They still do. I'm not the only one who knows about these, right? So, I'm just poking fun. If you missed this, again, it's kind of a trick question. I do not have regrets about asking this question. I think it's hilarious. So, if you moused over this, even for a moment, on the computer, there's a pop-up. You can't see it right now because the capture does not capture the pop-up, but it says vaccine attribute on the NSOZ. So you would know, oh, NSOZ, that's what the question says. It's a vaccine. But, again, that's only if you have the pop-ups. But if you have this, listen, I'm the type of person who I see an asterisk, I want to click, right? So I'm going to click on that immediately and be like, what, there's the asterisk again. Is there anything on the bottom? There is something on the bottom. Vaccine attribute on NSOZ. So even though it's normally a free, on the NSOZ specifically, it is a vaccine. And that is the answer that got most people thrown off, which was absolutely hilarious to me. Again, I don't want to make fun of anyone for getting that wrong. I get it. If you got it wrong, I totally get it. But I just did not expect that to be the one. I expected the care mistakes question to be the one that most people got wrong with the whole how many care mistakes do you have now resulting from this. And for a while, that was almost the most missed question. But even before I allowed one as a correct answer, this was still the most missed question. So that was that really tickled me. Thank you for that. But either way, that means that we are at the end of the test. That means that we have to give out a little prize here. And I see someone asked why the inconsistency. And a great question. It's not the only one like that. I'll let you know real quick. There is, where's our boy? There he goes. No, Paladin mode. Where's Paladin mode? There he is. So, look, another asterisk. Free, but it's a vaccine on the Wave 2s. They couldn't keep both of them straight for whatever reason. I don't know. So, either way, lovely prize right here again. Pendulum Z. There it is. We're going to find out who gets this thing. Figure out exactly who the winner is. Before we do that, everyone say hello to Skullmamon. Just got to feed him real quick. Skullmamon X, everybody. Does it show up in the camera at all? I don't know. And let's just, there we go. There we go. Am I stalling? Yeah, I'm stalling. Does the winner already know? They do not know. This, if the winner is in this chat, they will know immediately from this. Now, I'll be sending out an email after the stream, of course, and announcing it on Discord, but here we go. So here is the click to spin. Oh, man. This is it. This is it. Are you guys ready? I don't know. Oh, I need a drink of water before I do this. All right. I had loaded 236 names onto this wheel. Which one is it going to be? Let's go. Ooh, that's a lot of spinning. I'm slowing down. And David! Okay, that's a totally common name, but there was only one person named David who put their name in as David who got the prize. So, David, if your name is David and that's how you entered your name, you are the winner. Let me grab your Discord tag real quick so I can see who the heck that might be. I am 104. I don't know who that is still. I'm sorry if you've talked to me and I don't remember that, but that tag does not sound familiar to me. But either way, David, you are the winner. Congratulations. If you're in chat, pipe up. If not, you'll be getting an email and be announced in Discord after the stream's over to let you know that you are the winner. I am sorry to everyone else who did not get a chance to win, but just to make you feel a little bit better, I'll go ahead and show you this real quick. Because here's David's Pendulum Z, right? David's getting this Deep Sabers, but this came from Japan, and it's not very cost effective to buy just one thing from Japan, now is it? No, I don't think so. So Vince and Ozeros, I told you before, they helped sponsor this, and because they helped sponsor this, I was able to get a little bit of a bigger package. And here we are. Nightmare Soldiers and Nature Spirits. Someone is going to get these. Now, they're not going to get them tonight, but we will be doing more giveaways in the future so that more of you can get some of these. So if you didn't win tonight, do not worry. You will have another chance to win in the near future. I don't know what those giveaways are going to be yet. We're still planning that. We're still figuring out what it's going to be. It's not going to be a test, I'll tell you that at least. It's probably going to be something way easier. But either way, everyone will have another chance to get something. So, David, big congratulations to you. I will follow up with you, figure everything out, and get that shipped out to you ASAP. And yeah, no more. Don't worry, I'll have more tests if you guys really want tests. But no, for the giveaways, I got to do something different each time. We did an art contest last time. We did a test this time. Got to do something different for the next one. Got to keep it interesting. Either way, that's gonna be it for tonight. Nothing else to really talk about at this point. David won. I announced that we're having more giveaways. Skullman on X is full of food, and yeah, so everyone, thank you for watching and thank you for participating. This test was a ton of fun to make. I hope everyone at least had some fun making it, or taking it, I should say. And hope you learned something along the way too. I know some people already noticed. It's like, oh, this is just a sneaky way to get people to learn the guide. And it's like, yeah, a little of that. But I also wanted to make sure I could give people something for the time they took. So there you go. We'll see what the next giveaways will be. Keep an eye on the Discord server. Links right over there, as you can see. Discord.gg/Digimon, and yeah, that's gonna do it for the night. So thank you again for coming. I'll see you around on the server, and until next time, bye.